Hello everyone and welcome back to the Toy Wrestling Belt Definitive Collection. I think I've changed the name of that like 6 times. It's just any combination of those 4 words and that's what you get. And we are on to the NXT Championships. So this is the first one. This is the event exclusive NXT Championship. So what event exclusive means is that this was only available if you showed up to an event. This is what they were selling in the store, or if you bought it on weshop.net while it was available. That was the only two ways to get this. This was never released in shops like the other ones, and this has been referred to by a few different names I've seen collectors use, as the movie NXT Championship, things like this. So the definitive parts of it are obviously it's got this black line around it, and this is more detailed. But this one, it has 7 plates on it. It has the middle one and 3 on each side, which is very, very unusual. You can see it's very shiny. It's very nice and very good looking belt. This is the original Big X version of the NXT Championship, and it was available at NXT shows. So as you can see, the back of it has no information at all anywhere on it. No Mattel logo, no signs or anything. So we do know that it does indeed come from a event or mail away order, if you want to call it that. And yes, so that is our first NXT Championship. That is number 23. That is the Event Classic Championship. And next we have number 24, which I will show you. So this one is the one that was released by Mattel in 2016. As you can see, these parts here aren't outlined in black. They've just left it silver, same as this here, but they have added these little bits on the sides here, which is very interesting. So it looks like they had the design, they had the plates, but they went with a different version. And once again, this one has 7 side plates. Also, it has this very unique part here that they've actually drawn this little gold line on the back part, which is supposed to make it look like the title. You can see the back of it is very different. It has these little bars holding everything in place. And this does indeed say trademark 2016 WWE, made in China 2016 Mattel, and then code at the bottom of it, which I don't know what the code's about, couldn't tell you. But yes, you can see each little divot, or little, whatever you want to call it, has its own little thing connecting it, its own little sort of button, I suppose you would call it. And yes, very nice looking belt. I think it would have been nicer if they had actually went over these silver parts with just a black line, just to give it that same definition that the other one does. Just as shiny as the other one, but this was the one that was mass released. This is the one that was available in stores. So if you have seen the 2 different belts and you're wondering what the difference was, that is what the difference is. This is the one that was available at events. This is the one that was available in shops. That is the difference between those 2. So that was belt number 24. Belt number 25 is the event exclusive version of the modern NXT Championship. This one is still available in weshop.com right now, or weshop.net, or weshop.co.uk. I can't remember what it is. It's one of those combinations. You can see it's quite nice looking. It is obviously a much different design. It's been advanced quite a bit. This one quite famous for being held by Adam Cole. So the event version has these little rings here, and you can see those you can actually fully see through. They are actual holes in the belt itself. And if we look at the back, it has these very strange white buttons, and again, no information anywhere on the back of it. And this is exactly as it comes. I bought this directly from the W Shop store. So this is, just knocked the camera. This is exactly how it will look in its exact form. So the next one is the modern one, which is belt number 26, I think. Yes, belt number 26. And this one is made by Mattel. So as you can see, quite a few differences from the start. This one is a little bit smaller than the event exclusive version, but not by that much. You can see, if I line them up here, that the spikes on the end obviously extend quite a bit further than what this one does. It is entirely unique mould, it's different from the event version. There's no rivets here. This is a sort of lighter gold version, and they've got a lot more white in it than what this one does. This one's got a kind of darker gold. I think this is the nicer looking belt. Also, this one has the definitions on here. These ones are quite basic, but overall, same design, quite nice. And also this has definition on these areas here, whereas this one just plain gold, which is what you come to expect from mass production of these Mattel versions. So as you can see here, once again, quite unique. And this one, it does say 2017 trademark WWE and 2017 Mattel. So yes, this is exactly what it looks like from the back. That is the Mattel Modern variant. And I think second last on this list is the NXT Women's Championship. There isn't a classic version of the NXT Women's Championship, which I would like, unfortunately just not available. This one, it's a lot more silver on the X, the N and the T, silver across these parts here, but it does say Women's across the top at this area. But other than that, very, very similar. It is actually smaller in size than the previous one as well. So as we can see, if we line these two up, you can kind of see that there is a little bit of difference in the size. And as you can see the colour differentiations between the two, between the male and the female, that they've tried to make it the same but different, which is very interesting. This one's relatively difficult to get hold of, not easy to find, because a lot of people seem to mistake this as just NXT Championship rather than NXT Women's Championship. So you need to actually do a little bit of searching, but it's not expensive, it's just hard to come by. You can see slightly different on the back than what the previous one was, but once again, 2017 Mattel, etc. And now we are on to the last one, but we're actually on to the last two, because this is another one that I have my own custom version of. So this is the basic version of the United Kingdom Championship, which is one of my favourite belts of all time. As you can see, it has a lot of detail on it, but nothing is coloured in. Very, very like Mattel. As you can see these parts here. This isn't a separate pole. This is actually a line of black plastic that actually connects this side plate together. I think this is supposed to be separate, but they've just made it all one part. Again, probably for production cost. A very beautiful looking design. It's got a lot of detail and artwork on it, and not the easiest one to come across, if I'm honest with you. Takes a little bit of searching. Once again, this says 2017 Mattel on it, but you'll see a lot of things say 2017 on it, and I think it's more the reuse of the side plate, because from the modern ones you'll see a lot of the side plates use the same part. This one has obviously these unique corner bits here, which has the nice design on it, but now I shall show you my custom variation, which the customization is I've just went through all of the silver parts and went over them in black, and you can see how it gives a much nicer look, because you can actually see all the detail on all this design here, on the tower, on the horse and the lion, which of course is on the UK passport, and I've also went over the colour on the corners as well to make it just stand out. And the thing is, I mean, this is the way it should have been, because when you look at this, it's just not the same as this. I've put photographs of this up and people have asked if this is, you know, an exclusive or anything. No, it's just one that I made myself. And again, this is the exact same as the previous one. I'm from the United Kingdom, so I have a lot of interest in this, and I have been national champion with a few different things. Not wrestling, more strategic games is what I've done. So this does speak to me quite a bit more than what I suppose most people would. But yes, this was quite a lot of work. We'll just do some focus on the different parts of it, because you can really see the beauty that has went into producing this. I also have a proper replica of the United Kingdom Championship. It's the only belt that I have a full metal replica of. So yes, this is certainly one of my more favourite, possibly the favourite of my championship belts. The one that would probably come closest next is the NWA Championship. I mean, I think it's got a really lovely design, but just the history behind the belt is just speaks a lot to it. But in terms of looks, I would say this is the nicest looking belt around at the moment, just because of the amount of detail into it. And a lot of the modern belts, they lose that detail and they go for a more kind of simpler design, which is fine, you know, it gets the brand across, but I really like just the detail, the intricacy of some of these belts. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.